I'm Dennis K. McKay, and I welcome you to this video series I call SurveyorThink. Now, the purpose of this episode is to discuss the unreliability of survey measurements and how surveyors manage that uncertainty. In the previous video, I talked about how a survey point in the middle of a monument has a true coordinate, and the line between two survey points would have a true direction and a true distance. That as surveyors, we know that we will never know that true distance, that true coordinate, that true direction, because there's no measuring instruments to achieve that perfect value. You can approach it with more money, more equipment, better methodology, but you only go to a point to satisfy the specifications of the survey that you do. Now, we know about that, and we also know how to track the uncertainty that's in our own surveys, and it's real. It's a big field of study to study error propagation and in the field, and over time you really get a sense of how to manage your survey, and also to understand and expect the uncertainty of older surveys. But one thing that surveyors are rarely called to do is to combine the surveys, historic surveys from the 1800s and up to the present, just different spattering of different surveys, to stitch them all together with maybe ground control, which might be GPS in certain places, but it could be also found corner symbols from topo maps that have been digitized and have a certain amount of trustability, to combine those into a network of geometries where you analyze that and come up with the best available evidence for that data set, and also to generate a reliability or unreliability, uncertainty value for every point that's computed. So I've had over 30 years of doing that work, of designing methodologies, of designing data standards, software, writing software to accomplish these ends and to streamline that kind of activity. So I put that out there. It's important to know that working with these uncertainties is part of working with the abstract world of surveying, and combining all that information to put into computer systems to juxtapose the parcel geometries and survey information onto representations of physical reality, which is computer mapping and GIS. And I will talk more about that in later videos in this series. So I appreciate you watching this, and I guess I'll just leave you with wondering how you would combine the geometries of different surveys and come up with a sense of how reliable your results are. And we'll get into that later. So I appreciate you watching. This is Dennis K. McKay, and the video series you're watching is called SurveyorThink.